1 year ago, Bubba Wallace was on top of NASCAR. Today, he's become the biggest question surrounding 23XI racing. His teammates keep winning. Bubba keeps answering the same uncomfortable questions. So, what changed? Tyler Reddick, most wins in the Cup Series in 2026. Corey Heim, 2 wins in just 8 starts. Bubba Wallace, 0. And the guy who just beat him at his own track? He is about to become his full-time teammate. Let me walk you through exactly how it all fell apart. 1 year ago, Bubba Wallace stood at Indianapolis Motor Speedway and delivered one of the most emotional moments in recent NASCAR history. He won the Brickyard 400, holding off Kyle Larson in 2 overtimes, crossing the line by just 0.222 seconds. He became the first black driver to win a major race on a historic oval. His infant son Bex lay on the yard of bricks in an image that stopped the sport cold. Wallace himself described what that moment unlocked. Winning in the regular season was something I'd never done. It allows you to unlock a new way of thinking. His banner now hangs at the 16th Street entrance alongside NASCAR Hall of Famers. That is not a small thing. 23XI Racing was founded by Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin. Bubba Wallace drove the No. 23 Toyota in the team's very first race, the 2021 Daytona 500. He delivered the organization its first ever Cup Series victory. He is only the second African-American driver to win in the Cup Series. He helped build this team. So when Bubba Wallace struggles, it's a big deal. Fast forward to this year's Indianapolis weekend, and almost nothing went right from the very beginning. During Friday practice, Wallace hit the outside wall just 1.5 laps in. His own words captured the painful irony perfectly. I wish it was as easy as copy and paste, but it's not. As I go banging off the wall on lap 1.5. The team cleared the car through inspection. It was mechanically fine, but the tone for the entire weekend had already been set. Then came qualifying. Wallace lined up 29th. At Indianapolis, starting that deep is a nightmare. The track is narrow. Passing is brutally difficult. Fast cars stay up front. Back markers stay stuck. And that is exactly what happened on race day. He started 29th, ran near the back all day, made no charge to the front, and had no moment that made fans lean forward. A chaotic pit stop saw him strike members of his own crew after being bumped from behind. He crossed the finish line in 28th place. 160 laps of racing at one of the most famous tracks in the world, and he moved up exactly 1 position. A long, quiet, painful afternoon for the defending winner. Meanwhile, 23XI Racing as an organization is having arguably the best season in the team's history. Tyler Reddick won the first 3 races of 2026 in a row, the Daytona 500, Atlanta, and the road course in Austin, Texas. No driver in NASCAR history had ever done that before. He now has 5 wins in the first 9 races and has led the Cup Series point standings since February. Then there is Corey Heim, just 24 years old, running a limited 12-race schedule in the No. 67 Toyota. His first win came at the Naval Base Coronado road course in San Diego, where he outdueled his own teammate Tyler Reddick. His second win? The Brickyard 400 at a track where he had never completed a single lap before the weekend began. The numbers behind that win are historic. Heim became the first driver since Aj Foyt in 1965 to win twice in his first 15 starts. He is the youngest driver to win the Brickyard 400 since Jeff Gordon in 1994. He is the first part-time driver with a multi-win Cup season since Davey Allison and Tim Richmond in 1987. The win came down to a lap 127 restart with 35 laps to go. Denny Hamlin chose the inside lane. Heim chose the outside, received a powerful sustained push from Joey Logano, and barely cleared Hamlin going into turn 2. Hamlin fell from 1st to 5th and never recovered. Heim held off Christopher Bell by 0.287 seconds. Heim's own words afterward, "I was hanging on for dear life. That was the hardest I've ever fought in my life." Bell acknowledged it directly. He showed excellent mental toughness. Put together 35 really good laps. I didn't have an opportunity. There was also a side story worth noting. Heim blocked lap-down pole winner Carson Hocevar during Stage 2. Hocevar pulled alongside on pit road and flashed a one-finger salute out the window. Heim's response after learning about it handed him a big fat L. Even Hocevar admitted, "I wish they were still holding him out part-time because that's eventually a car I'll have to race." The scoreboard inside 23XI Racing tells the uncomfortable story. Tyler Reddick, multiple wins. Corey Heim, 2 wins. Bubba Wallace, 0. He is the only full-time 23XI Racing driver who has not made it to victory lane in 2026. Same team, same shop, same cars. Wildly different results. But before the narrative runs away from itself, the defense deserves a fair hearing. Wallace hit the wall in practice and qualified 29th at Indianapolis. That ruins your entire day regardless of who you are. He currently sits 13th in points with a 69-point cushion over the chase bubble. Since June, he has posted 2 top 5 finishes and 2 6th-place results. He led 5 of the last 7 races in terms of pace. At Atlanta, he crossed the finish line second behind Ryan Blaney before being dropped to 29th for dipping below the yellow line on the final lap. Without that penalty, he had 3 straight top 10 finishes heading into Indy. Even Denny Hamlin acknowledged in September 2025, the 23 has been the fastest freaking car we've got. And Wallace himself has maintained a mature, grounded attitude. "Tyler and I have been great teammates. I've had no why him. It's when is it our turn?" But the prosecution's case is not easy to dismiss. Tyler Reddick delivers consistently. Corey Heim wins when it matters most. Bubba Wallace finishes 28th at his best track on his biggest weekend. The Atlanta penalty, the Indy practice crash, the chaotic pit stop, the mistakes keep accumulating. When 2 teammates are winning everything and you finish 28th, people start asking why. It is worth noting, no one on record has claimed he receives worse cars. That remains fan speculation and is not confirmed fact. After the race, despite it being the worst day of his season at the track that means everything to him, Bubba Wallace walked over to Corey Heim's crew and congratulated them. He shook their hands. That is a class act. Nobody can question who Bubba Wallace is as a person. But the handshake did not stop the bigger conversation because the question was never about his character. And that conversation is about to get louder. In May at Nashville Superspeedway, it was announced that Corey Heim will go full-time at 23XI Racing in 2027, driving the No. 35 Toyota and replacing Riley Herbst. Denny Hamlin delivered a bombshell quote about the move. "Generational drivers only come by every now and then, and I firmly believe that we have one here." Wallace's public response was measured. "He'll be competitive for sure. He'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited for him." What this actually means is that 23XI grows to 3 fast full-time cars, and with that comes more internal competition for parts, attention, and resources. Right now on raw speed alone, Bubba Wallace is 3rd in line at his own team. The man who helped build this organization is now fighting for his place in it. There is one silver lining per Fox Sports' Bob Pockrass. Bubba Wallace is expected back in the know. 23 for 2027. His seat is safe, but the pressure is absolutely not going anywhere. The Cup Series takes 1 week off before returning at Iowa Speedway on August 9th on USA Network, HBO Max, and Miston Radio. After that comes Richmond and New Hampshire short tracks, where raw speed and driver execution matter enormously. Only 4 races remain before the 16-driver chase field is locked in. Wallace sits 13th in points. The playoffs are very much alive. 1 win changes everything, and he has done it before at tracks nobody expected. But pressure is only increasing. Teammates keep winning. A new full-time driver is arriving. Every week without a win tightens the narrative. 1 year ago, Bubba Wallace was the story of the season. Today, he is the question mark. The banner still hangs at the 16th Street entrance, his face alongside Hall of Famers. He went from kissing the bricks to finishing 28th in just 12 months. How he answers the challenge over the next 4 races may define his entire future at 23XI Racing. The sport will be watching every single lap. This channel is brand new and working hard to reach 1,000 subscribers. If this story hit differently for you, please like this video and subscribe. It genuinely makes a difference and helps us keep covering NASCAR at this level. Now it's your turn. Is Bubba Wallace being left behind by his own team, or is this just one bad weekend that everyone is overreacting to? Drop your answer in the comments below, because the next 4 weeks are going to tell us everything.